We have breaking news this evening out of Scotland, where Her Royal Highness Queen of the South has declared a state of emergency after Tatsyan Makrayev was stretchered off the field in agony. Now, Queen's manager Aussie Villain is about to update the press outside Royal Queen of the South Infirmary. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Look, it's been a very stressful afternoon for everybody, and thank you for your concerns. I can tell you that Makrayev is resting comfortably, and given the circumstances, it's relatively good news. He's suffering from a shin splint, so no broken bones, but he will be out for 2 months, but should be back ready and firing, ready to torment those European defences in the new year. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It is Season 12, Episode 6 today, and we have two big games. We have Rangers in the league, it's first versus second, and then it is the final Champions League group stage game against Real Madrid. We're through, we're top, we've got nothing to worry about, but could we dare dream of beating Real Madrid? That would be something, wouldn't it? But if we are going to do it, it's going to be without Makrayev because he has shin splints. He is out for another 6 to 9 weeks. Now, he's been out for a week already. He's done up until the new year anyway. Hopefully it'll be closer to the 6 weeks and we'll have him back with a little bit of match practice before Champions League gets back underway. It's usually end of February, isn't it? So we'll see what happens there, but hopefully he is going to be fit, firing and raring to go when the knockout rounds of the Champions League get underway. Now there is one other piece of news to catch you up on. And it is that Andy Irving has asked to leave. He wanted to go on loan. I kind of said, it's best if you just go on, permanently, to be honest. And I was hoping he'd kind of say, oh, it's okay then. But no, he kind of agreed to that. So a couple of seasons ago, this would have been a really, really big blow for us. Now, I mean, he's still a very useful player to have in the squad for the leagues. But the thing is, we don't need him to register. We can register a European squad now. So it's not the end of the world. And if we can get some cash for him, he's got 2 years left on his deal. And yeah, I mean, it's fine. It is fine. But yeah, it's sad because he's been with us for a little while now. 158 games he's played for us. So yeah, it'll be a shame to see him go. Now, there are 2 games to catch you up on before we get to this big game against Rangers. The first one was against Inverness. So let's go and see how we got on against the newly promoted, I think they're second bottom in the league. We took an early lead when Ayrton crossed for Spence. Divev made it 2-0 and then made it 3 before Dogan's knockdown was finished by Spence to make it 4-0 at half-time. Spence turned provider for Arkvik to get number 5 before Divev completed a hat-trick and Arkvik sent Spence in to do the same before an own goal ended the scoring. So needless to say, a very, very good performance from us. I would have liked to have a fiver on Divev to get that sort of a hat-trick, never mind a hat-trick. I didn't know he could take a free kick, but he whacked 2 in, penalty spot as well. And yeah, Ali Spence, it was just brilliant. Really, really good performance from us, albeit against a team that is struggling in the league. Now, speaking of teams struggling in the league, the other game we have to catch you up on was against St Johnstone. They are currently bottom of the league, so it's top versus bottom. Let's see what happened. Almared sent in Daniel Walker to put us ahead. Andrew Walker got our second and our third before Almarez's shot went through the goalkeeper for a 4th. A good team move was finished by Johnson for our 5th. But St Johnstone pulled one back. Penalty area pinball fell for Klee to get our 6th. Before Baba Adu got our 7th. So, yet again, absolutely magnificent. We played the bottom 2 teams in the league and we scored, 15 goals against 2 of them. So, very, very nicely done. And it was a completely rotated, or more or less a completely rotated side as well. So, very, very happy with how that all went. So, let's have a look and see what it means for the league table. And it's a good refresher for us all as well. And we can see that we are currently 3 points ahead of Rangers. Our goal difference is insane just now. So we've just got to make sure that we don't lose to Rangers, really, because we effectively have an extra point. I mean, they're not going to catch that goal difference up, surely. Celtic, Hearts, Ross County, Aberdeen, and Hibs look as though they're going to be in a battle for third. But yeah, it's a two-horse race. The two horses are playing, and hopefully we can beat that other horse, and so to speak. And well, we can see the Champions League there as well. If we were to beat Real Madrid and Gladbach was to beat Salzburg, there is a chance Real Madrid could be eliminated from the Champions League here, I think. But given that we're through, I think we just, well, we'll get to the second game, but I don't think anybody that's booking away from a suspension and whatnot, then we won't be risking anybody. Which means this Rangers game is not arguably, even it is the bigger of the two games for us. So it's a 4-2-3-1 that we're expecting from them. And this is a team that we are sending out. It is Bursic in goal. It's Rojas, Bukiano, Diev, and Etten as the back four. It's Rushfeld and Mihai in midfield. Bol, Dogan, and Arkvik are the attacking trio. In behind, the great goal-scoring man Ali Spence. 22 goals he has this season. It's December 4th. Could he get 20? Could he get to 30 by Christmas? That would be something, wouldn't it? It's like the Scottish Haaland, though I'd say that Haaland is the Norwegian Spence, if I'm honest. But let's have a look at these team sheets here. It's more or less Matt West is a new name. I don't recognise that. And it annoys me that there's a player with number 4 so it's playing in an attacking position, although Tim Cahill did that for Australia, so I own a number 4 Cahill jersey, so maybe I shouldn't be so offended. All right, what do we say to this? Let's just go out there and get the job done, and hopefully, yeah, I mean, it kind of is just a must-not-lose game for us. All right, and here we go. Now, just a big thank you for everybody, your condolences. For those who didn't know, the reason I missed a week is because my father-in-law sadly passed away. Yeah, so just a thank you for everybody with the condolences messages that were left. I sort of passed them all on, so obviously they're greatly appreciated. And yeah, well, now we just try and get back to life as normal as it's going to be. And here we go. Ali Spence played in by Arkvik. He's free of the defence here. Oh, that would have been a really, really good start to the game, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I mean, I'd say apologies that I missed the week, but I mean, I'm sure everybody understands why. But yeah, we need to obviously try and oh, Mihai, absolutely wonderful, wonderful stuff. A third goal of the season, a goal of the season contender, dare I say. Certainly worth an honourable mention, and it is 1-0 to Queen of the South over Rangers in the 8th minute of the game. Now, did this have anything special on it from behind, or was it just a nice low daisy cut up? That's just a daisy cutter, isn't it? A worm burner, which is probably my favourite term for that sort of shot. But yeah, there we go. But yeah, but generally, just thank you for all the condolences messages and the patience over the last week. For those of you who didn't see the channel news video, I was kind of hoping we might somehow squeeze in another season after this one for Queen of the South. Obviously, having missed last week, that's not going to happen now. So this will be the final season. And, well, we've just got to go and win Champions League this year, don't we? But, yeah, that's kind of where things stand. I wasn't sure, too. I did mention it again in the channel news video. If you don't watch the channel news videos, there's no ads. It's like a community service announcement, so it's not something that I make any ad revenue. I don't want to make ad revenue out of it. It is just to sort of communicate with you guys. I wasn't sure if the Impossible Dream concept was getting maybe a little tired, a little samey, and needed a rest. But almost unanimously, you guys said no. You know, you like this style, and you want to see it again next FM. So, oh, Spence, oh, it's still there, is it? No. So I guess on we go. We'll pick another league. We'll pick another team, and we'll go again with the Impossible Dream for FM23 because I like the sort of the one club long term save as well. So yeah, that's I guess what we'll do. Twisted knee for Ali Spence. Let's not play around with that. We've got Klee we can bring on. I think he's more of a complete forward, though. Not on support, on attack. There we go. And, yeah, so the way that I usually pick an Impossible Dream League is... And I did, to be honest, I did veer away from it for this one. The reason being I knew that the chances are with everything that was happening over the summer that we were going to be a few seasons short on what we would usually be. So I thought Scotland, I've always wanted to play as Queen of the South. And the reason for that is if you may not all yet remember, where my family immigrated to Australia from is sort of in the Dumfries region. That's where they were from. Langholm, I think it was, which is, I don't know how far away, half hour maybe from Denholm. So, yeah, so that was why I kind of wanted to play as Queen of the South. And this was, I mean, did I say how I pick a league? I think I even said, it's basically, it's a team that's never won, a league that no team from there has won the Champions League before. So obviously Celtic has won the European Cup back in the day. So technically Scotland was ineligible. Oh, that is a nice little flick on Divev, the goal-scoring machine with a 7th of the season. And hopefully now we go 2-0 up and we can see this thing through. So yeah, typically that's the way that I pick the league for the Impossible Dream, and then I usually like to pick a club either that a lot of the time, to be honest, all of them, Barlowtown, Welders, and well, they're the only two really because I hadn't played as Queen of the South before. It's more that I've played as them in FMs like years ago and never really got to satisfactorily reach a conclusion to sort of my time there. So that's why I've chosen them. But usually I don't want to be a giant from those leagues. I want to try and make it a bit of a challenge. As Clee can't quite find a way through. Yeah, so the leagues that the obvious league, and I'll do this separately. I should probably focus on the game. It is rather a big game in the league season. The obvious one to do though is Ireland, League of Ireland. Then we've sort of done all the British Isles. Other than England, but England is obviously not really ineligible for the Impossible Dream because Premier League and Premier League money. Bowl with a good run. Clee with a bullet header. Oh, that was absolutely brilliant. Clee, our Brazilian target. Is he a target man? Doesn't matter what he is. He's a goal scorer is what he is. Bowl did really, really well. It is now 3-0 over Rangers. And, Makreyev is not going to be missed too much if Thomas Bowl can go and do this for us down that right-hand side. Whips the cross in, and look at that from Clee. Oh, that is a young Andy Carroll before the injuries and the alcohol got to him. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So yeah, League of Ireland is an obvious one. A league that I've always thought should do better than they do is the Israeli League. So whether, that's one that interests me just because I don't know, Israel is like my impression of it, I've never been there, but it strikes me sort of like a richer Western country, and typically those sort of countries, especially in Europe, do well. I guess technically it's not in Europe, so maybe that's some of it. So yeah, the Israeli League is one that interests me a little bit. Iceland is one that interests me a little bit as well. Any of the Scandinavian leagues would be interesting, I think. We've absolutely destroyed Rangers there. 3-0. Goal difference is, 6 more in our favour now. And speaking of 6, well, we're 6 points clear as well. So let's don't get complacent, but that was very, very nicely done. All right, so we can see the other results here. Celtic have given Inverness a bit of a spanking. Jock Smart, he was one of ours. Yeah, we sold him to Inverness. Anything else there of note? Not really. Ross County, St Johnstone, not a good team this year, are they? It's a shame because they have been okay recently. I think haven't they? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of real life. I don't think they've been doing that well in real life. They may even have got relegated, but they were good. They were in Europe one year, and that's where my brain is stuck, I think. So we have hammered Rangers. You made Divev look good. Nobody. Divev makes himself look good. And we've got, what else? Alexander Arnold tells me hi to join him at Anfield. Arnold, mate, focus on getting your England spot back, mate. Learn how to defend, and maybe you'll consider it. And we have got Arkvik being looked at by Watford again, not going anywhere. So that is that. Wait, right there, guys. Real Madrid come to town next. Let's see if we can send them back to Spain with no points. Okay, welcome back. Now, not that it matters too much, I suppose, but Andrew Walker, our captain, has signed an extension at the club, so he will be here for the foreseeable. He's agreed to be a squad player. Same money, so that all works for me. But we are about to face Real Madrid here. If we go and have a look at here, we can see that Salzburg and Gladbach are the other game. So yeah, we'll see how they get on as well. It could be, if we beat Real Madrid, that they could be out altogether. Now we're expecting this old 4-5-2-3 formation from them. Now this being the case, I think we've seen in the past, if we exploit the middle, it can work a little bit better for us here. So the team we're sending out: Bersic in goal, Muras, Bukiano, Diab and Amoruso as the back four. We've got Rochefeld and Alvarez in midfield. We've got Bold, Dogan and Arkvik. Actually, I wonder if we rest Dogan and bring Torres in. Yeah, because Dogan's still coming back from injury, so that might be sensible. And then Ali Spence, no real ill effects from that injury, so he goes up top in this one, and we will need to, I think, exploit the flank. Actually, let's do it for next game only. Exploit the middle. Look for the overlap. Still, I'm tempted to go with the two up top, actually, but we'll stick with this. And then, of course, we need to change the marking assignments as well. Now, Real Madrid apparently have a new manager as well. Was it Antonio Conte who was the manager last time we played them? Anyway, we can see the team sheet there for them. And what do we say to this? Put on a worthy display. Ignore the praise, just play a natural game. Let's just go with that. I mean, there is literally no pressure on us here. We're already through as group winners. So anything from here is just a little bit of a bonus. All right, so it's the final group stage game. And yeah, it would be nice if we could finish it off with a win, but like I say, it doesn't really matter. Our next game in the league is away to Livingston. Now, Livingston are 10th. I think they're third bottom, so we can rotate in that, and that should be okay. You may have noticed there's a few guys that have a heavy match load, but, I mean, it's December. That happens. So hopefully, yeah, we won't get a tied performance out of us here, and we'll... yeah, get a good European performance. Here we go with Divev over a free kick. He can probably score from there, such as his free kick expertise. Bucchiano now on the ball. Alvarez, Torres. There could be very important players for us. Those three. Oh, what a start. 41 seconds. And Petrovic has given us the lead against Real Madrid. That is absolutely superb. Oh, we're Barcelona in disguise. Too easy, really, isn't it? We've just picked them apart. They're a man short. They only have two men in the middle. Their three centre-backs couldn't cope, and Petrovic is there to stick it away. Good finish as well. He's really come on the last sort of year in the game, so sort of end of last season, beginning of this season. He's just looking much, much better. The sort of player that I thought we were signing when I did sign him, because he's really good dribble up. Yeah, he's just doing well. He's just doing well. Let's just keep praising them. And I would be really curious to see what happens if Gladbach takes the lead even against Salzburg, if that would actually send Madrid down to third. Because when they played each other, you will remember, or you may not, given that we had that week off, they had two 1-1 draws. So I think it's all even head-to-head wise, as Alvarez's shot is blocked and falls into the goalkeeper's arms. So that shouldn't matter. So it should come down to... maybe goal difference. Yeah, just be interesting to see. Be interesting to see. Because it's one of those, isn't it? You'd rather have Real Madrid out than in. Even though... yeah, I mean, they did beat us at their place, didn't they? So, there's one of those. Even if you'd rather have the bigger clubs with the money, because you never know what they can do in January. You'd rather see them in the Europa League. And it's always funny when a team, like it was like Barcelona last year, wasn't it? It doesn't look right when they're down there, but it is kind of funny if you're not a fan of theirs. I won't make the obvious Manchester United joke. All right, so I think we've got to... No, let's just keep going. No pressure. No pressure, boys. Just keep it going. And yeah, we will hopefully see this through. The one thing that I find really promising is that we're attacking, we're playing the same way we do in the league, and we've seen that we're able to be more competitive now than we have been in even recently as maybe even last season. Although last season it was only really Chelsea we came up against that really were too good for us. Thomas Boll gets played through here, cuts back for Emma Russo. It's there for Torres. He's rattled the crossbar. Oh, that's unlucky. And we've got the corner now. Where's Big Divev? He's there at the back post. It is headed away. And is that... well, what's happened there? That hasn't quite worked for us. Divev, though, getting back. Can he get the tackle in for us? He holds up play momentarily, but not enough to stop the counter-attack here. And can we put an end to this now, please? Edge of the area! And they've hit the crossbar as well. A spectacular effort, but ultimately one that was non-successful. And we go back up the other end. Thomas Bowles, he's not injured. I missed what happened there. It's bouncing around. We've still got it. Thomas Bowles to Amoruso! Daniel Amoruso! his first of the season, and he's made it 2-0. I'm looking at Thomas Bolt here. I don't know what the issue is, but we can take him off. That's fine. We'll get Walker on. We'll use him as... I think he's left-footed, isn't he? It was punched clear. Thomas Bolt did well. And Russo worked himself into space. And goalkeeper, he would have been blinded by about 3 or 4 different players there. And, well, 2-0 against Real Madrid. And Russo now loses out, unfortunately. And here come Real Madrid. And let's see if we can win this back. Not quite. As Arkvik now needs to get back and do some work defensively. I did... Oh, dear. I did forget to mention, Arkvik got sent off in one of the league games that we won. It might have been the St. Johnston? Either St. Johnston or Inverness, he got sent off. I think it was St. Johnston. Yeah, he was suspended for Rangers. Was it Rangers? Or it might have been Inverness. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He got a red card in one of the games. You probably noticed it. I just forgot to mention it. So 2-1. Suddenly it is very much game back on here. And we've got a corner to defend. Oh, and we haven't really defended it, if we're honest with ourselves. I wonder, we've got a free kick here. Give it to Divev. Torres to take. Is this within shooting range? It is. It very much is, and it's still not clear, but Bucchiano's head is claimed by the goalkeeper there. I wonder if we stop passing into space and we just lower this tempo down a little bit. And just try and relax the game away here. Alvarez, what's he done to himself? He looks like he's given it. He's tired. You're fine. Deep breaths, Alvarez. Let's praise them. Daniel Walker's come on, is looking nervous on that right-hand side. Which isn't great, obviously. Still 2-1. XG is essentially even, which is what you'd say when you're just behind. Focus, boys. Focus, focus, focus. Can we get this done? I haven't seen a score come through from the other game. We're moving into stoppage time, so we will go and try and close this down. Torres can come off for Mashagi. We'll drop him back in here. If you just want to sit in there as somewhat of an anchor man for us, mate. That is great. And everything else there is fine. Muros, a defensive fullback. And we will go defensive. We will slow it down and do all these sorts of time-wasting things that the Spanish like to do to everybody else. It's just what everybody does to everybody else, isn't it? And there we go. Oh, we got a hot... No, let's do that. Let's keep that. And can we see this out now? Can we see this out? Are we about to beat Real Madrid at Palmerston Park? Oh, we're not there yet. There's seconds to play. A hopeful ball forward. Emma Russo does well to Divev. Divev, oh, that's fallen for us nicely. And can we get him on the break now? Ali Spence, play him in. Here we go, Ali Spence. Ali Spence. Ali Spence. Oh, he's waited too long. Oh, he was toying with them, and Ali Spence sticks it away. It's the last kick of the game, and it is 3-1, and we have beaten Real Madrid. It looked as though the defence had got it cleared, and then they just stood there and looked at each other. Defender and goalkeeper just looked at each other. It wasn't the best pass from Alvarez, was it? The defender sort of won it, but not really. And then Ali Spence just sticks it away. Excellent stuff. So Real Madrid sunk by the mighty Queen of the South. And, well, there we go. Wonderful, wonderful scenes at Palmerston Park. Well done, boys. Good win. And on we go. So Gladbach did win, but it's not enough. Now, I wonder if that is goal difference. So if we'd scored again, it could have gone very wrong for Real Madrid there, couldn't it? If they hadn't scored, well, a lot of ifs, buts and maybes, but ultimately they are through. Gladbach is out. So superior finishing provides cutting edge for Queen of the South, and if we can take our chances, then, I mean, we could be dangerous, couldn't we? So some tied players there. We'll give them all a rest against who we played, Livingston, and Torres. An assist, many chances created, and he is just turning into a wonderful player for us as well. Guys, that is it for today. There is how everything looks. We are through to the knockout round as the group winners, and it's just looking very, very good, isn't it? As I said, if we keep taking the chances, scoring the goals for the chances that we create, then we're going to be a very difficult team to beat, I would imagine. Divev and Bukiano, fingers crossed, continue to look good at the back for us. And yeah, it's just going well. Now, that is, of course, the end of pre-Christmas European football. We will come back. I think we'll come back. We've got the League Cup final, and I think we'll do Aberdeen and then the League Cup final. Celtic away. I mean, they are a rival, but we don't want to see them twice, do we? I don't think. So we'll do Aberdeen at home, who are a tricky side. They are a tricky side. And then it'll be the League Cup final against Celtic. They always beat us in the cup games. So let's hope we can finally get the better of them and lift the trophy. And then, of course, we'll have January window and we'll come back, I don't know, somewhere after that. And, of course, we will next episode find out who it is we're playing in the knockout rounds as well. So that is very, very exciting. Till then, I've been Aussie, thank you so much for watching. Take care.